Something evil has taken over most people. Yeah, there's something dark that's crept into modern life, and it's infecting people without them even realizing it. No, it's not a demon. It's worse. It's psychological rot dressed up as self-expression, self-care, and self-love. And who's on the receiving end of this disease? You and me. The empaths, the sensitives, the people pleasers, the people who just want to live good, honest, healthy lives. And it's all bullshit. And speaking of which, if you're done with such bullshit, want to level up through truth, join 500 plus members in my free community, the No Bullshit Society. The link's in the description down below. And it's totally free to join. Look, if you zoom out, it's all the same disease. Narcissism fueled by comfort, cowardice, selfishness, and more. One of the most powerful lessons I've learned recently is the difference between envy and jealousy. Jealousy is to be jealous of somebody else. It's to say, well, you know what? I am jealous that you're ahead of me in life, you're making more money. And that's going to inspire me. You know, I'm going to do something about it. But envy is looking at somebody and the good things they have, the blessings they have, and wishing it goes away. That's evil. But also that's narcissism. And that's also one of the many problems and the evil that has taken over. It has taken over these people more so than ever before because deep down it was always there. Through their passive-aggressive comments, through their disrespect, through their life choices, through their behaviors, their mentalities, this was always inside of them. And now it has manifested and spread like a disease all over their body, to the point that you don't recognize these people. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be a spouse, a partner. And you look at them and say, my God, they've changed. What's got into you recently? You never used to act like this. Wrong. They were always like this. They were always sinister. They were always toxic. They were always narcissists. You just never saw it. The reason why you never wanted to see it is because it's a bitter pill to swallow. Shit, my mum and dad are narcissists. Shit, I'm in business or working for a narcissist. Shit, I have kids and I'm married to a narcissist and I'm raising little narcissists. It's hell. It's absolute hell. But the other hell is denial. The other hell is delusion. The other hell is the fake positivity, which I'll touch on in this video, to try and gaslight yourself and others that everything's okay, that there's good in everyone, and so on and so forth. People describe some of these videos to be very negative. For those who describe those videos to be negative, you don't really understand it. You haven't been on the receiving end of abuse. You haven't been on the receiving end of being a people pleaser and people still stabbing you in the back, betraying you, scamming you, hurting you and breaking your heart. Yes, there are lessons to be learned, and we are not wallowing in self-pity. That's not what I encourage people to do, or in my community. I encourage you to be rooted in the truth. This spread of narcissism worldwide, irrespective of age, race, religion, etc., is the evil we're talking about here. And let's talk about now and break down in greater detail the certain examples of the evil that has taken over these people. Firstly, something called main character syndrome. Everyone thinks they're the star of the show, so everyone else becomes a background prop, an extra, and so on, aka you and me. Empathy is dead and relationships turn completely transactional. I want you to imagine, doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, you are dating a movie star. Let's say you're a man, you're dating Margot Robbie, someone really famous. If you're a woman, you're dating, I don't know, George Clooney, Leonardo DiCaprio, whoever, doesn't matter. And you are the person you are now, you've lived the life you have, and suddenly you are with that person. Obviously your life's going to change, but you will be in the background of that individual. You can't live to the status of celebrity of that individual. They're movie stars, they're global icons, they've got millions of followers and so on and so forth. And we're just in the background, holding their bags or their phones whilst they're getting photographed on the red carpet. With every interview, they're at the front face and we're in the background. Now imagine that level of attention and apply it to a narcissist. That is how they think and feel. They genuinely think they're the George Clooney, the DiCaprio, the Margot Robbies of their worlds. And to a certain extent, they are like that through social media and attention seeking and so on. But the evil here is the empathy being dead. You not mattering. The relationship's transactional. When any relationship, even a family dynamic, is transactional, there is no love, there is no healthiness, there is no peace. There is only pain. Because you are not seen as a human being. You're seen as a commodity. You're seen as an accessory. If you're a bloke with a woman, you are no different to a handbag. If you're the roles reverse, you are a phone, you're a pen, a wallet. You mean nothing to these people. Now, I know you mean something because you have depth, you have soul, you have life to give. You're beautiful, but not to them. Those with the main character syndromes genuinely are so far gone that they think they are the world's most famous, most important people. When I'm here to tell you truthfully, no matter what they say, no matter what status you think they have, money, whatever, looks even, they have nothing. Not even the same amount of depth that you possess. The next evil is something I've touched on already. The fake positivity. The good vibes only people, which is code for emotional avoidance. People can't handle conflict, truth, or discomfort. So then they gaslight reality and gaslight you in the process. That's why the No Bullshit Society exists, to speak the truth, our personal truths, and level up and grow through the pain. I even said it the other day, I'd rather face the pain head on, God forbid, and I encourage you to do the same, than ignore it. But the be kind, good vibes only, positive thoughts people are emotionally avoidant. What's the point in facing my pain and suffering and trying to grow and become a better person when I can just avoid it? When I could just do a hashtag? Why face the truth? Why have the uncomfortable conversation? Why go through the growing pains when I can just face toxic positivity, which gives me a dopamine hit, but actually suppresses the truth, suppresses my growth, lower down into my psyche, into my stomach, leading me towards a full mental breakdown. And when that mental breakdown comes, because it will from them, and the abuse, disrespect, and the just horrific actions will take place, who do you think is going to be the emotional punching bag? You. Who do you think is going to be on the receiving end? You. All because you tried to tell them the truth. You tried to tell them, I don't agree with your choices. I think you're going down the wrong path. I think you need to heal. I think you need to go, what I went through. I faced my pain. I did this. I did that. But they don't want to know. And they never will. Those who cannot listen to the truth, their truth, are a lost cause. Let's talk about entitlement culture. Everyone wants results without sacrifice, respect without effort, status without even breaking a sweat. And through that entitlement comes one of the most powerful lessons you will learn about people. That you will never be good enough for the wrong person. Through bad parenting, through seeing what others do, monkey see, monkey do, through social media, through a lot of bullshit, especially online, people have become more selfish and entitled as a result. People will leave their families, their jobs, their houses, their finances in a mess for someone else to clear up through entitlement, saying the following, I don't know how long I've got left, they say. It's my time now. It's time to put me first. I've done enough. I've compromised, sacrificed enough. When's it going to be my time to enjoy my life? But also, people think that they can achieve and have whatever they want without doing anything. I remember one toxic individual from my past genuinely thought queuing was below them, whether it was in a bank, whether it was to get into a venue, whatever. They thought, I don't queue, I'm above queuing, which is complete delusion. And they would run to the front of the queue, cause such disruption and embarrass me and everyone with them. This is the problem. Now you might think that's a joke, but that's evil. To think that you're above everyone else. For what? On what basis? That you have no human decency any longer. And speaking of which, the final, most brutal part here is the disconnection from consequence. Online, people can insult, betray, and lie with zero fallout. That rots the moral core over time. The amount of abuse and disrespect I've received on this channel and through email and so on has been absolutely vulgar and disgusting. All because I've tried to help people. All because I've tried to speak my truth. All because I've called people out for lying to themselves, hoping that it would inspire them to make a change. And the moral core there is, there's no consequences. I want you to think of a cheater in a relationship. They start originally by maybe getting a second phone, creating a second account on social media and testing the waters. They start messaging, they start interacting with other people. Then they take it to another level. They start doing phone calls and then start sharing images. Then they arrange a meetup, a coffee or whatever. And then one thing leads to another and they've got away with it. And the more they can get away with it, the more they can do it. Those who have ever been in a narcissistic relationship will understand that they're like a kid who's disobedient, prodding you with a stick, poking you constantly. And you shout, you scream, you lay the boundaries, you say no, you walk away to a certain degree. But if they keep prodding you, they'll do it. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. And more, and leave you depleted. This is the evil that has taken over people. This is the reality. And the moment you see any of those red flags, any of those signs, any of those people, walk in the opposite direction, put in firm boundaries, say no, and cleanse yourself of that energy. You will never become that person because your morals are too good, too strong. You might come close, as I did, to main character syndrome, all that stuff, and then recenter back to health, positivity, and cleanse of this evil. And a good way to do that is to debunk the bullshit and feel understood and supported in a community that holds you accountable through personal truth. Join the No Bullshit Society today for free. The link's in the description down below. And be part of a family that levels you up for your personal truth. Is it sad that this evil has taken over people? Absolutely. But don't let it take over you. I know you've got too much of a conscience because you could do these things and then feel guilty, but these people don't feel guilty. That's why you cannot associate with them. That's why you cannot relate to them. And that's why they will never understand you. You'll never be good enough for an evil person as well as a wrong person. They're the same person. Break free. Understand yourself. Learn who you really are. Set those boundaries. Level up. Recover. Move on. Attract good, healthier people naturally by breaking free.